Today I will show you how to create this interesting photo manipulation. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun episode. Today I will show you how I created this really cool photo manipulation that you already saw at the beginning, and you will learn a lot of interesting tips, tricks and techniques from this one. So for a start, let me tell you something about the idea of this photo manipulation. I really love to read books, and currently I'm reading some science fiction novel, and then from that one novel I got the idea to make a photo of me laying on a bed, reading the book and just imagining scene from the book. So this is the background of this photo manipulation that I'm showing you today. Of course, this tutorial is meant for you guys to show you some tips, tricks and techniques and to give you an idea of what you can create, and then go and create your own version of this kind of idea, of this kind of photo manipulation. It doesn't need to be science fiction scene, it can be whatever you can imagine. So first let me show you the basic setup, how I took the photo of myself. First I need to get up and let me show you really quickly. This is the setup. I have one really cool LED light here pointed down towards me. I was laying down here, and I just have a lamp on the back to have some kind of backlight there, and that's all that I have for this photo manipulation. I just put a timer on my camera, took a photo, put it on a computer, and then the fun process starts in Photoshop. So now let's jump straight into Photoshop and let the fun begin. Right guys, we are here in Photoshop and this is the photo that we will deal with today. As you can see, this is the result of just really simple photo shooting. Again, that LED light that is pointed towards me right here, and the lamp that is here on the back. Just really simple setup. One really important thing why I made this kind of setup, because I knew in the front what I will put here as the elements. So I knew that I will have like a really big Stargate that will illuminate like really bright bluish light. So that's why I put the LED on the top here to imitate the light source from the elements that I will now put in a photo. So that's really important to think in ahead. Right, now what I like to do first, I like to get rid of this light because it's not so nice to have it here. And before that I just want to make a copy of the background layer. So to do that, press Ctrl or Command J, make a copy, then Ctrl or Command T, right click, and I want to flip it horizontal. I want to have photo on this way. So now I will use a lasso tool, just lasso it around, nothing special. Then press Shift and Backspace, choose content aware, press OK, and let Photoshop to do its own job. It doesn't matter if it's nasty, we don't need this part of the image at all. So it's sloppy job, but it's okay for our purpose because we can mask out this. If you don't like it, you can always go one more time, try to see what will happen. Also, there is a new content aware tool in a newer version of Photoshop. It's really cool, so you can choose which part of the photo it will paste from, but as you can see, this is now pretty decent. Okay, now the fun part starts. Now we need to implement all the elements in the photo. So we will start with, let me see, this is like a space station, some spaceships, planet with Stargate and spaceships. And just one note for you guys, all those elements that you see today, that you will see today, I created in a 3D. So as you can see, this is Cinema 4D, and I made all the elements right here. So it's really simple setup. It took me a few hours to create all those elements, but there it is. You can use whatever you want. If you don't know how to do some 3D stuff, you can just find online some photos that you like. It doesn't need to be like the space scene. It can be whatever you can imagine. It doesn't matter. Just some scene from a book. And this is really cool practice to just practice your imagination, to improve your imaginative skills. Alright, so first what I like to do, I like to copy this photo and paste it here. And now I just want to make everything a little bit smaller with Ctrl or Command T and just make it smaller like this. I will not make it too small. And now is the decision part, how big or small the planets and Stargate will be. So before I decide that, I just want to use elliptical marquee tool just to select the planet only. okay, like this. And I will press Shift Control J or Shift Command J on a Mac just to separate the planet on its own layer. And now I will name this planet, okay, and this Stargate, okay, and I will convert both of them into a smart object, because like that I will be able to change the size without losing the quality. So I can make this planet really small, and then I decide, oh, now it's too small, maybe I want a little bit bigger. I will not lose the quality at all. So that's really cool benefit of smart objects. So maybe I will have the planet like this. I can always change the size. Stargate maybe here and a little bit smaller, so something like this. And then let's import other elements. So this is like a space station. Oops, not here but here. Also, let's rename this. Okay, and right click, convert to smart object, and then I want to make it smaller, probably something like this. Then I want to put it all the way up, and maybe in front of the planet, maybe a little bit smaller, to like that. Or maybe I will put it somewhere here. So I can decide it later too. So this is it. Now let's go and find other spaceships. This is cool, so place them here, rename them to spaceships, and again convert to smart object. Now make them smaller, probably something like this, and let me see. This is pretty cool. So I like this scene. Maybe I will select all the elements by holding Shift, click on the first layer, and then click on the last one, and maybe move everything right here. And also maybe I will move the planet somewhere here and make it a bit bigger, probably something like this. So this is my own preference. All right, now the next step is to fix the background a little bit. If you take a quick look on the background, you will see that those shelves on my wall are a little bit distracting, so I want to blur them a bit to have better impression of depth of field. So how to do that? Let's go to our layer, to the background right here, and I will go to Filter, Blur Gallery, and Field Blur. And now I have these control points, so I will blur the background a little bit more, but now I will create another point here and put it to 0, so I don't want this part to be blurred at all. Also I need to do that for the book and the legs. So as you can see, this part is completely clean without blur, and this upper part is really cool. Maybe to move everything down a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. I will press OK, and now as you can see, we have this really cool impression of depth of field. The planets are in front of the shells. Everything is a little bit more cleaner and better, at least for my taste. Okay, now we need just to create impression that all of these elements are coming from the book, like the idea from the book. So you can do that however you want. I will show you my idea. My idea is just to create a new layer right here, and let's just use regular brush just to show you what I want to achieve. And white color, I basically want to create some kind of cloud like this, and have impression that everything is coming from the book. Okay, this is the idea. So now I will delete that, and I will use for this my custom-made cloud smoke dust brush. In case you don't know how to create your own version of these brushes, you can watch my tutorial about that on the link right here, or you can go to my website, the link is down there in the description, and just purchase this set of my brushes for just $1. It's your choice. Right, so I will right click and go to my brushes. I'll start with this one. Okay, it's really cool brush, I really like it. And the color practically doesn't matter here because we will use this just for a shape. So I will create some kind of darker blue, and I will put the opacity all the way to 100%. Maybe even not blue, maybe red, just to see better what I'm doing. This is cool. The color will not have any impact here. So now what I like to do is to create some kind of cloud here, like this, maybe like that. It's going that way, and now I will populate this. Oh, this color is really nice. So we can leave it like that too, like a crazy scene that, I don't know, I'm on some kind of drug. Okay, so this is for a start. This is cool. I like it, maybe just a little bit here. But now I need to get rid of some parts that are covering the book. I don't like that. I just want to have impression that it's going from this side of the book. So I'll create this mask on this layer, hide it, use the pen tool. It's here, or press P on a keyboard. And in case you don't know how to use a pen tool, I have really cool tutorial about the pen tool, explain how to use it. You can find it on a link right there. Check it out. But now I will just fast forward this. This is just a quick sloppy job for this tutorial. Okay guys, now I will press Ctrl and Enter to transform this path into selection. This is cool. And then I will go right here and fill it with the black. Okay, this is it for now, don't worry. I will now deselect, press Ctrl or Command D, and then invert the mask. And this is it. This is finished photo manipulation. I really like it. Right guys, thanks for watching. No, of course not. I made a mess, but now we will fix it really quickly. I will create a new layer, just put a mask right there, and I have a mask on a separate layer doing nothing at all. But now I will load the selection from the mask by holding Ctrl and click on the mask, and this is it. And now what I can do, I can just use eraser and erase these parts. But now, as you can see, if I try to erase something, I will erase inside part. I don't like that. I will invert the selection by pressing Shift Ctrl I or Shift Command I on a Mac. Or the easier will be to just invert the mask, but it doesn't matter. So I will just erase that, and this is all why I needed this mask. I will just save it for now in case I need it later, but this is the idea. All right, the next step is to populate this pinkish reddish space with some kind of space scene. So this is it, like deep space scene. So I will copy this and then paste it back here above this pinkish layer. So I will name this space, okay, and I will transform this, make it smaller, so probably something like this, and maybe a little bit bigger, like, let me see, like that. Then I will right click and flip vertical, because I want those really nice cool blue lights to be down below. So this is it, press OK, and as you can see we are missing parts here, but I will create a new layer and use the stamp clone tool. So this is it. I will clone this part and just clone it right there. Okay, it doesn't matter if I miss it, because you will see our pink cloud will save us. So this is it, and now I will clip both of these. This I will clip to a pink cloud, and I can clip this too. So this is the magic of pink cloud. So guys, we are almost done with this photo manipulation. Now we will play with this pink cloud. I will create a layer mask. So let me show you one really cool trick. If I reduce the opacity, I will make everything about transparent. So this is cool. That's what I want to achieve, but I don't want to achieve like that. I just want to use the layer mask, use this really cool dust cloud brush, and with the black brush I just want to paint like this and to remove the opacity slowly around, like that. I want to have my shelves visible a little bit, okay, just to make the impression that this is actually happening in the room. Yeah, I know the couch is here, but I want my shelves back. Okay, this is cool, probably something like this. And now we can add some kind of I don't know, some kind of maybe particles here, like I did in a previous tutorial for the fox. If you didn't watch that, you can check it out. But I will do this here. I will use debris brush. In case you don't know how to create your own debris brush, you can watch it on the tutorial right here, or you can purchase my set of debris brushes for just $1 at my website. The link is down below. And guys, I know that you probably know, but I got a lot of questions about where can you download tutorial files, where can you purchase brushes, etc. Just read the description of my tutorials. Everything is there, everything is written there, even the equipment that I use on a regular basis. Okay, so let's unzoom it a little bit. This is cool, and now I will go and create a new layer, name it particles. Okay, and I will use my particle brush. This is my debris brush, so I can use that, as you can see, or I can use this one. Let me show you quickly, because I missed that in the previous tutorial. Let me show you really quickly how you can create really cool particle brush in a second. Let's create a new document, and I will use maybe 2500 by 2500. Resolution is okay, 300. And now what I need to do, create a new layer, lasso tool, make sure that you have 100% white background. Otherwise you will have some kind of a square, because white is completely transparent. Everything that is 1% darker than completely white, it will show like really bright square. So make sure that the background is 100% white. Okay, I will create like some kind of shapes, press and hold shift to create another one, different shape, maybe some kind of small shape, and maybe another one right there. And now I will fill it with the black, because the black is background color. I will press Control and backspace, and that's it. Now I will go to Edit, define brush preset, and name this particle brush. Okay. Press OK, and here we have it. But we need to change some brush properties. So press F5 and go to Shape Dynamics, Size Jitter all the way up, Scattering. Scatter it a little bit, not too much. You will see you can always go and change these settings. Then Transfer, Opacity, Jitter, change it a little bit. And what I like to do here for this purpose, I like to go with the Color Dynamic and go this foreground to background jitter, just that. Don't use anything else, just foreground to background, because then you can swap the colors. You can see now it will swap between black and this reddish purplish color, and the variation in between, that's cool. So I will choose some kind of, not some kind, but white color, and for the background I will choose maybe orangey. Okay, I will go back to, let me see, go to Shape Dynamics and go with the angle jitter all the way up, so you will have variation in angle too. Let me show you if I make this smaller. This is cool, that's what I wanted. Okay, now we'll go back to our document. Here, particles, go right there, make it smaller, and just see, that's cool. But I want to go to brush tip shape and increase the spacing. This is cool, and maybe make everything smaller, and okay, that's much better. Okay, and now this is really small, so it doesn't matter. Now I'll paint here like this, and then change the blending mode from normal to linear dodge. And you can see it's really cool, so you can add some kind of, whoops, this is too much, some kind of stars here, more, a little bit more, just some kind of dust. Okay. It's optional. It's optional. If you want, you can do it. Maybe you want some more reddish color too. You can see, that's cool. Okay, this is something that I like, and I will put here. And now the final step, almost final step, is to dodge and burn some things here on the photo. Actually, basically, I will just go and add some brightness on several parts of the photo. So let's go all the way up. Create a new layer and name this dodge or glow. Glow, it's maybe better. I will put it in linear dodge blending mode. I will use a regular soft round brush. Let me see, right here. And I will change the color. I will go with light blue color like that. Let me see. This is cool, but I will not go with 100% opacity. I will go maybe with 10% opacity and just paint that. Or I can go from linear dodge to overlay or soft light. Maybe the overlay will be better for this example. And now I'm just painting here, just brightening these parts. As you can see, before and after there is a difference in the effect. Maybe it's not so obvious, but it is maybe a little bit on the planet here. Before and after, this is really cool. Of course, guys, I advise you when you're doing things like this to go zoom in, go into details, and then paint some details slowly. Take your time. Of course, I will not do this for this tutorial, but when you're doing for yourself or for a client, always go like probably zoom here, then paint the brightness right there a little bit, maybe here and there, etc. Then maybe you want to go and paint some kind of brightness here and there more. Okay, just small details, maybe on a t-shirt, like this, but I will leave that for you. Just this is an option. Okay, then I will create a new layer, planet glow, and put it in a color dodge blending mode, linear dodge, and then choose this kind of color, or maybe even more reddish, dark reddish color, and then go to planet and just paint with this, maybe 20% opacity, and just add some kind of glow here, like it's really hot on that planet. Okay, that's cool. All right, so we have really hot planet before and after. Again, just an option. I will lower the opacity a little bit, so this is cool. And this is almost it, guys. We can now go all the way down. Let me see, this glow is cool. We can go all the way down here, and if we want, we can change the color on the model here, on myself, but I will leave it like this for now, and I will go all the way up, merge everything together into one layer by pressing famous keyboard shortcut Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, and then I will go to filter, camera raw, and just tweak it a little bit more, add a little bit more contrast, maybe open the shadow a touch, add a texture. This is cool new slider that I already explained in one of my previous tutorials. So maybe haze it a little bit, then I want to sharpen it a little bit, lower the radius, and by holding Alt or Option key I can choose the radius of sharpening the mask, how the mask will be. So everything what is white will be sharpened, everything what is black will not be sharpened. So this is cool. Okay, then I can add some kind of vignette right there, feather it a little bit. Also I can go and add some kind of a bluish tint in the highlights. Okay, maybe some reddish tint or orange in the shadows, just a little bit. Basically this is it. Of course you can tweak it even more if you want, however you want. This is your preference, your choice. So this is it. We practically started with this photo, inverted, and just added several elements here and there, and this is our final result. Really cool, simple, but really nice image. Right guys, that's it for today. I really hope that you like this tutorial and that you learned some new cool and interesting tips, tricks and techniques that you can later use in your own images and in your own projects. The basic idea for this photo manipulation was to recreate the scene from your favorite book or the book you're currently reading, or from whatever you want, in front of you, like you're imagining the things from the book, and then blend it together with yourself or the model that is in the photo. So now it's up to you to try to do your own version of this tutorial. It doesn't need to be like a space scene, it can be whatever you want, whatever you imagine, or whatever book you're reading. Just find like one cool interesting scene from it and try to find all the elements online and recreate it. If you create something really nice and cool, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what did you came up with after watching this tutorial. In case you have any question regarding to this episode, please leave me down there in the comment section below. I will be glad to answer it. Also guys, if you want to help me to make this channel even bigger and better, you can do that by visiting my Patreon page and also you will get some things in return, for example the PSD file for this and all my previous tutorials, etc. Go check it out, the link is down there in the description. Also guys, if you like this episode, if you appreciate this content, just press the like button down below, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe in case you're not already, and also ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes. Have fun, experiment, and see you guys in my next fun episode. Bye bye.